So we're successfully done taking care of the categories in our application, finally. Okay, so let's continue with creating our post. So if we submit, we have validation right here. If we type in some gibberish and we submit some image and I start a post, it's dumping the content right here. So we are going to be taking care of actually making sure that we can choose a category for our post right here. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. First thing, in our post controller, we're going to include a new validation, and this is going to be category ID, and it's going to be required. Then in our create post method, we need to pass in all the categories into the view so that the user will be able to choose what category the post is about to create is going to belong to. Okay, so we'll say with a variable called categories, and this variable is going to contain all the categories in our application. So we'll say category, get all of them, store in this variable, and pass to the user. So obviously we need to import that category model. So we'll say import or use app category right there. Okay, so now we have access to these categories in our create.blade.php for our post. So create.blade.php for the post right here. So somewhere after the featured image, we're gonna loop through all of the categories and we're gonna show a list. Okay, so div.form group, and we'll have a label, and this is gonna be for category, and this is gonna say category, or select a category. So select a category, and then we're gonna have a select list. Okay, so select.form control right there, and the name is gonna be category ID, like we precised in our validation array. So we can just give this an ID of category, just like what we have for our label. And the options that we're gonna have here are gonna be from the categories variable that we had. Okay, so we're looping through all the categories in our database. So we'll say for each categories as category, and for each. So for each of those categories, what we're gonna do is create a new option, and the value is gonna be the ID of the category. So category ID, and what we're gonna see is the name of the category. So we'll say category and name. Okay, so first we are passing in all the categories into our create form for the post. Secondly, we are looping through all of them to generate a new option in a select list, and the value there is going to be the category ID, and the name of that select list is the category ID, which we are obviously checking in our validation array right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see that in action. If I refresh, we have a category list right here, and you see it contains Laravel and Laravel Spark. So let's go ahead to our categories, delete Laravel Spark, create a new category, and we'll call this WordPress 4.7, and I'll store that category. And if I head over to my create new post and I check this, we discover that we have WordPress 4.7. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so now we can create this. We can submit an image, we can select this, and we can pass in some data. So say store, and you discover now we have the category ID right there.